What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be converting the 47RE into a two-wheel drive. Now, I will do a time lapse from where we were with all the pieces to where we are now, but a few things you want to keep in mind. These things are held together with some retainers on the front and the back. The ones on this side are easier to get to than this side. You will need a press to be able to compress this and take it all back apart. And it is full of clutches and all that fun stuff. Here's some of the ones that go right there, but they don't go there until after it goes inside this thing here. But anyways, pretty straightforward. You can tell the big difference on the output shaft. The old enclosure is on the floor over there, and it's pretty straightforward once you actually start digging into it. A lot easier than I was expecting. One big thing is I am constantly hitting it with parts cleaner. I really just don't want to get any type of grime inside here. Actually very surprised about the output shaft. It has a brand new bearing on it. I paid $45 for a stock, an original used output shaft that has no damage to it whatsoever, and they even put a brand new bearing on it, which is crazy because I'm finding these bearings for like 40 bucks. So, and no shipping. I paid no shipping for it. This right here was close to $100, and the picture that the guy had on eBay, he has a bunch of them, and some of them are in better shape than other, and obviously he took a picture of the one that was the best shape and not missing as many things. So the rest of the gaskets will be here, I believe, this week, and we'll be able to button this back up, do a transmission fluid filter change as well as the fluid change. We won't put the fluid until it's time to put the fluid in it. But yeah, this was a lot simpler than I was expecting. Now the only thing left, of course, we got to get this inside here, put all of our clutch pieces back inside there, and just button her up, slide her on there. I do need to, I can't find the proper gasket for this, so we're either going to have to make one. I got some gasket material, which we'll see if it will be the same thickness. So hopefully that'll work out, but I got to figure out how to get that off because it's not really coming apart as I was hoping. I figured it would just be a gasket around here. So I'll figure that out, and we'll come back to that in a little bit. But for now, let's go ahead, stuff her back inside there, and make her look pretty again. Well, guys, this is a huge step towards getting the 81 Dodge Ram on the road with that monstrosity of a V10. This two-wheel drive setup is, when I say huge, I mean both figuratively and literally, because just look how huge this transmission is. It is a freaking monster, which complements the monster 8.0 liter V10 over there. So that's going to be it's going to be as long as the day, guys. This thing is going to be a heck of a long drivetrain. I don't know if we're going to have to shorten the drive shaft, what we're going to have to do, but we have a few things coming in. We have the boot that goes on the bottom of this. We have the kickdown linkage. We have the speed sensor. We have the pan, the filter, the gasket, everything to do that. The pan, gasket, and filter we're going to do when it's in the truck because we're going to be right next to it anyways, and I don't really want to put this on an engine stand. So I think it's going to be better we'll just take care of it when it's in there. Other than that, guys, one of the big things I did, and I didn't clean the actual clutch discs with parts cleaner because I didn't know what that would do to the composite. So everything else, though, I really did a thorough job cleaning everything with parts cleaner, brass wire brush, if it needed it. If it didn't, then it was just a no-lint rags, just keeping this thing as clean as we can inside. We don't want to introduce any type of debris. So this is all set. I'm very, very happy about this, guys. The next big step on the 81 Ram is to land the engine and transmission to where I want it to be and mock up the new motor mounts and shore up the frame a bit. Other than that, we're moving along. The wiring harness is being integrated. That's something that's taking time because that's a lot of work. But it's going to be a seamless wiring harness that will make it like it should be if it was OEM. That's the best way I can say. It'll be integrated into the chassis, and it will be it just will look fantastic. So big shout out to Rich for helping me out with that. Also, I went over there and pressed in all of the retaining inside of this thing up at his house, and then the teeth on where the shaft kind of goes through were off by just a tiny bit, so I ended up running out and buying myself a smaller one for stuff just everyday use, and reset them, and she went together just fine. I will put a picture in a picture here and a link in the description down below where all of your clutch discs and everything go and which way, where the retainers go. It was very helpful on this. The other big thing is just don't throw them in a box if you put them in the box like I did. Put them in order on how you took them out, so when you put them back in, they go back in the same way. Don't just chuck them in there. One, you don't want to damage them, and two, you don't want to put them in wrong. So I'm very happy about this. I am definitely by no means a transmission guy. This was a very daunting task. I don't want to say I was procrastinating on it, but I was definitely intimidated by this. And when I started getting into it, other than there was a few times I had to kind of look at the diagram a couple times because I was like, that doesn't make sense, but I followed the diagram and it all fit. It was kind of like when I did the thermoquad. That was also a very daunting thing, and I was very worried about that. But once I started getting into the swing of it, it wasn't very difficult. I really believe that like 90% of the things that we're scared of doing, working on cars, is things we just told ourselves is just way beyond us. As long as you follow the instructions and you don't deviate, it went together smooth. I didn't have to fight anything. It went together, and I'm very pleased with it, guys. So I'm very much looking forward to getting this thing inside the truck with the monstrosity V10 engine over there. Just look at this beautiful thing. I got to clean up down here, but yeah, guys, this thing is beautiful. Oh, this is going to be a mad creation. I love it. We'll be getting back onto the 46 drift truck very shortly. We are going to eventually build this 1UZ with like 8,500 RPM, but we're going to use that Lexus 1UZ FE as a temporary engine inside the Supra, so we can start using that as well. And my goal is to knock out several projects this year, more than several. I have some big things I want to do this year. And a lot of our projects have been slowly moving along because trying to get parts and pieces. The only way I really can do it is just waiting for donor vehicles to pop up and, work on this one when I have parts, work on this one when I get parts, stuff like that. But the cool thing about that is now we have a few cars. Like for example, the Satellite, I want to drive that down to the, what was it? I can't remember the exact date, but it's the Chrysler Carlisle. That's the road trip I want to take with that. And that's a hard goal. Like not a hard, like it's difficult, but like a hard set goal. There's no way I'm going to fail it, because I will not allow myself to. And with your guys always there, you know, screaming, saying, hey, you can do this and stuff like that, I really appreciate that. You guys are fantastic. I have some of the absolute greatest fans, subscribers, and friends. So I've definitely gained a lot of friends. Just, you know, I never thought of like YouTube would do that, and so many. So thank you very much, every one of you guys. If you like the content, remember, hit that subscribe button. Comment down below what your favorite stuff is going on. And I do appreciate you guys. So until the next time, remember, keep your shiny side up, and God bless.